The other week I saw a quote that said the most important lesson that you can learn is that healthy love does not hurt, it heals. And at first, like from face value, I thought that's a really lovely quote. But as I kind of sat with it, because I'm a bit of a deep thinker, something just didn't feel right. It didn't sit right inside my body. So I did what I always do. I checked in with the feeling. I was like, okay, what's going on? Why am I feeling resistance to that quote? What is the uncomfortable feeling? So as I looked into it, I realised that I didn't fully agree with the statement. So I agree that healthy love does work towards healing and it doesn't intentionally hurt. But healthy love also will hurt because no two people are the same. And no single person on this planet comes without their baggage because of their experiences. So that means that both healthy love and toxic love both hurt. But one hurts with the intention of hurting you, or doesn't care when you acknowledge that it's hurt you. And healthy love does the opposite. Healthy love will not intentionally hurt you, but it will acknowledge when it has hurt you, and it will do everything in its power to work through that so that you can end up in a better, healthier space in the relationship, whatever relationship that is. Because the truth is that there is no such thing as a perfect person. We all make mistakes. The mistake isn't the problem. The mistake is the thing that we ultimately can learn the most from. But it's what we do with our mistake that ultimately tells us a lot about us, ourselves and our character, as well as somebody else's character. I can tell you, as a mother, as a person, as a wife, as a family member, as a friend, I don't get things right all the time. But what I do is I will check in with myself and consider that I don't get to decide whether I hurt somebody. They do get to decide whether they have interpreted something and that has ultimately ended up hurting them or harming them in some way. And then what I do with it tells me a lot about me. So there are 4 things that I will look at. If somebody is not happy with me, if somebody said, you know what, I didn't like the way you said that, that made me feel a type of way, the first thing I will do is I will check in with my intention. Firstly, I can give myself a little bit of grace if my intention was not to hurt them, but I do have to acknowledge that it did. Was my action a reaction or was it an action? Do I take responsibility for it, and am I willing to do what is needed to be done so that I can rectify the problem? And 4, was I aware of this? If they have now communicated it to me, I am now aware of it, so there is now something that I can do about it. So it doesn't turn into me shaming myself, it turns into, okay, I can now understand the situation better, I now know that about that person, and I now have the awareness that I can do something with it. And the thing that I love is that I'm surrounded by people who do the same. People who healthy love. Not perfectly love, but love in a way that understands that we're human.